Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A Visa debit card. Show your Wildcat spirit and get your free debit card today. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.
Coach, defense was huge this past week, gave up 54 and 51 points respectively. Would you say your defense was at its best?
We did a very good job, and we got contributions from virtually everybody that played in the game on that side of the basketball. I thought Rondé in particular really imposed his will on both games. And against the Skia Booker, his 30 points were more about a great performance by him, not anything negative towards us. Every once in a while that happens, and he had one of those nights. But Rondé's length and size, how he's competing, and then the rest of our team following suit, we did a really good job, really in both games.
Against Utah, Stanley Johnson had one of the great halves that you could ever ask for, with all his points and all his rebounds, named Pac-12 Player of the Week for both games, his performance in both games. Where's his game right now here? We're just past the midway through the season.
Well, he's settling in like all freshmen. Once you cross Christmas, I think you're much more familiar with everything, and then as you get into conference play and you really see what we've been describing for quite some time, then I think you're no longer a freshman. You start to play as if you have a number of practices. In Stanley's case, right now he's at plus 50 practices, and if you think about the games, 18 games, he really does have a lot under his belt in terms of experience now, whereas before he didn't. Same thing playing away from home, playing at home, playing against all kinds of different styles. He's seen about everything at this point, and you could start to feel that in watching his overall play. He knows what to do, how to do it, and he's much more settled in now than ever before.
In the desert Southwest, there is a dominant force, delivering powerful results with unmatched capabilities and dynamic leadership. From the people who brought you U of A debit cards and banking at your fingertips, Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Hughes, that's my team. Let's do this.
Wow, an Academy Award winner, right, Wilbur?
A steal by Stanley Johnson. Here comes the show.
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Coach, a lot of people would say that you learn a lesson from every game. So the Utah game, would you say that was your team's best overall performance, and how can they use that now as they move forward?
Well, what it reminded us of is the importance of playing extremely hard, and that's what we did. We competed. Whether we win that game or lose that game, no one would leave there saying that we picked and chose, or we had most of our players playing at a high level, but not everybody. It was everybody playing as hard as we possibly can, giving extreme effort. You felt it on the offensive glass, you felt it on the defensive end, and it became contagious. So with that, I think when you do that and things work out well, one of the lessons you take with you is, we can get caught up in what plays we're running or how I'm personally doing during the game. But if we focus on the energy and effort level, that seems to be able to bring out the best in our basketball team. And we're not the only team that feels that way. That's why it's so hard to do. That consistent effort, game in, game out, day in, day out. Not you catch us on a Sunday, wow, and 2 weeks from then you say, what happened to that team? You don't want to be that inconsistent team when it comes to effort.
All right, the last two games you've seen Skia Booker and DeLon Wright, two of the top scorers in the conference. Now you see Chasen Randall at Stanford, another one of the top scorers. Is it a bigger challenge when you face one guy that can score like that, or a more balanced team?
Well, the thing about Stanford, you're right, Chasen Randall, and he's the all-time leading scorer in Stanford history. Or if he isn't, he's close. I believe that he's knocking on that door. But he's had an amazing career. He's a senior. He's really, in essence, a four-year starter. But what makes him different is his backcourt mate, Anthony Brown. It's not just Chason Randall at 20 points per game leading our conference. It's his partner who averages about 16. So as a backcourt, they combine between 35 and 40 points per game. We'll have our hands full, as does every team with that matchup. So with Anthony Brown, it's being able to guard his three-point shooting off of screens. With Chason Randall, it's in transition, making sure that we have the ball under control. But both are prolific shooters, and they also add Nastic, who, as an upperclassman, has also scored better and improved tremendously this year.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.